Hello, good morning. Today is a Sunday. It's a wonderful day outside. The sun is shining, although it's a little bit cold still here in Germany. So spring is creeping in slowly. And on this video, I would really like just to talk about my life so far. In the previous videos, I have mentioned the challenges that I have gone through or that I went through to be where I am now. And so today I would just like to start on just a few highlights about my childhood and moving into another country, which the first country was the UK, and then also later on moving to Germany, where I live now with my husband and my 2 children. And from next month I will be teaching in kindergarten, so I've gone through different jobs also because of life's events, and now hopefully I'll be changing for the last time to go to kindergarten, by going to kindergarten and teaching the little ones, preparing them for school and so on. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, so just as I mentioned before, my life started in Kenya, in the slums of Nakuru town. Nakuru is one of the biggest cities in Kenya, and that's where I grew up. And I went to school, to primary school, while living there. And just before I finished, I was actually sitting for my exams, or preparing for the final exams. That's when another major life-changing event happened, and I moved then, or I was actually moved from the slums to other areas. And so the odyssey of my journey started. I was around 14 or 15 years old. And in that time, in that period of time, between primary school, secondary school, and before traveling abroad, my life was normal, I think, for children who are growing up in the slums. I did not really think a lot about my life at that point. And actually, when I went to school, when I started going to school, and children started teasing me, some children mentioned my lifestyle, and I felt very ashamed. I was quite embarrassed. So I never actually really talked a lot about where I was living, and whenever I met new people, I never actually mentioned that. So I never really talked a lot about my life in that way. Also in secondary school, I really never, or tried not to mention where I came from or what I was going through. I just made people who met me knew that, or thought maybe that I came from a well-to-do family, because I kept myself clean and polished and hung out with kids who come from well-to-do families. So I was never really confronted by the question, where do you come from, or who your parents were, until I moved to the UK. So going to the UK and starting all over again in the UK, and whenever I met people, that's when the story of why are you here and where do you come from really started the conversation going. And when people asked me just my name, that was easy to say, but once they said, oh, what are you doing here? How did you get to be here? Are you here alone, or did you come with your family? Or that's when the story, I started thinking, okay, this is deep. This is going to be a long story. What do I say? What do I leave out? So that was the dilemma, you know, of what I should mention and what I should leave out. And yeah, and so I just thought, okay, telling strangers, complete strangers, my whole story, that's not the way to do it. So I just really picked just a few things here and there. Just said, actually I picked the easy way out and said, I'm here to study. And the next question was, okay, are you going to go back to Kenya? And that also threw me back a bit, that question, because I was like, okay, go where? You know, go back. Why go back? And what should I go back to? And that question of what should I go back to is, I will tell you that story later, because when I was in England, I just felt, okay, this is the country now. I'm going to have to do something with my life in this country, because back home, at that point, I did not have anything to go back to. I had my siblings, of course, and I was supporting my siblings, but yeah, I didn't have a home, let's just put it that way. So that's when the conversation started. That's when I started really thinking about, oh, okay. And from the reaction of people, I started thinking, okay, it has been a long journey, and I don't really know how I got here. I don't really know why I got here, but I just decided to make the best of it, educate myself, because in the UK, colleges are expensive, and so I worked part-time. I worked during the day and went to evening school to continue with my further studies. And so I met a very good friend who has become my best friend, one of my best friends, and her mother actually just planted the seed in my head when I went to their house one day. They invited me for Christmas, and I told her a little bit about my story, and she said, wow, that is so interesting, you've got to write a book. And that was when the idea of writing a book was planted into my head some 26 years ago. That was way before I met my current husband, way before I thought about starting a family. And at that time I just thought, okay, UK will be my home forever. And yeah, so that's how it all started. But then life happened, and then I moved again, relocated from the UK to Germany. But every time or every year, I thought about those words, and I was like, wow. But my first reaction, really, just like for many of you out there, was, who would like to read my story? I am a nobody. Just yeah, I just did not really think much about it. But now, the more I think, especially now as a mother, I'm just thinking, okay, these boys are growing up here in Germany. They know the bits that I've shown them in Kenya, but they really don't know much about the journey and the stories before that. And so this is why I thought, okay, it's important to do this. And so again, my friend suggested to me, after I wrote a few things, and then I gave her for reading and editing, and she said, okay, my English was good, the way I was writing was interesting, but I should join some courses, which I did, and then yeah, and so I really started earnestly, going back in my memory and regurgitating or reliving my life again and putting it on paper. And yeah, so it has been an ongoing journey of starting and stopping, and I have compiled a few things, a few episodes of my life, and this is what I would like to share. And now, if you've watched the previous videos, you will know that I feel really ready this year. I feel really prepared now to share my story here and in this channel, YouTube channel, and also I will be posting the written form on another platform that I will be sharing in the descriptions below, and so that you guys have something to read on. And here I will just be orally narrating my journey. And I'm also hoping to be hosting some live conversations, so that anybody out there who can relate to my journey can have a conversation with me, and so we come into a dialogue. And then yeah, so I think those are the two platforms that I'll be using. I'll be using the platforms where it is possible to actually post the written form, and here we'll just be talking about my life's events. So the journey started in Kenya. Not easy, but I conquered it. I conquered the difficulties. I finished high school, and then I went to the UK, educated myself there, fell in love, and then moved to Germany, where I currently live. And so this is basically these topics, or the three lives, will be the topic of my book eventually, and also the conversations here will tackle these three lives. I call them right now I think I'm living yeah, my second life, really. You know, life in Europe is for me a second life. So the combination of the UK and Germany is merged into my second life. My first life was the life full of struggles, full of loss, full of hopes and dreams, and sometimes despair, and friendly encounters. I met very kind people. So the meeting of these kind people who came into my life with such a force, with life-changing ideas and willingness to just really uproot me. They saw the potential in me, and they said, okay, this is not the right place for you, so we need to put you in the right environment for you to grow, because they could see something in me. So I got uprooted by those who believed in me. It started with my teachers in primary school. And then I grew and I passed my exams, and then I went to secondary school, and in the 4 years of high school again, I met another moving force in my life, and through the kindness of this person again, I was propelled into the UK, and several people in between the 4 years came into my life, came and went into my life, and really propelled me to the next level and the next level and the next level. So it's a lot of events, life-changing events that went on, and these events would not have been possible without the kindness of the individuals that I met. I will be reading some episodes of my life, so that you get a picture of what I went through. And in those episodes, I will be mentioning the names of those people who propelled me to the next level. Honestly, without them, I wouldn't be here today. And by God's grace also, I know God was doing his miracles in my life. So without him and without his work and his miracles and his intervention through these people, I would not be here. That one I'm sure of. Without that energy, without that intervention, the encounters, the really random encounters of very, very, very kind-hearted people put me here today. And I think also the external energy propelled me and pushed me, but I also had this internal energy, this internal willingness, determination, strength to fight, to keep on fighting for what I believed in. I promised that my mother that I will finish school. I promised myself that I will get educated and that I will change my life. I just wanted to change. There was just this inner something that just was telling me, no, get out. Your only hope and chance of helping others, of helping your siblings, of helping anybody who will need your help in the future is to get out of here. So think big, dream big. It might not look possible right now, but keep on dreaming, keep on pushing, keep on believing. And that's what I did. So listen to this voice that was always there. There was this voice constantly there, constantly telling me, you can do it, Grace. Do not despair, Grace. Help is on the way, Grace. Bury your head in the books, Grace. Understand what you need to understand so that you can pass your exams, Grace. Go to the next level. Go to church. Go attend these seminars. Hook up with these nuns. I had nuns as my best friends from the age of 9, I think 9 or 10 years old. Go to their seminars. Go talk to this priest, and so on. So this voice was guiding me over and over and over again. And I just did that. I just went to the places I was being sent, and I did it. I managed it. I got out. I got on the plane. I started a new life all by myself. And this is the miracle of it all. I was all alone. I did not have a mother next to me or a father next to me, you know, encouraging me, guiding me, advising me. I did not have my siblings with me. I did not have my elder sister with me. I did not have anybody. It was just me. And I just felt like somebody just uprooted me. It's like you uproot a tree, you plant it in a completely new environment, and you just tell the tree, okay, you're on your own now, grow or die. So what are you going to do, tree? Yeah, if it's a coconut tree or a mango tree or or whatever tree, you uproot it from its normal environment where it was thriving, struggling, but was still there, rooted to the ground, bringing in fruits every so often, and then you plant it, wham, bam, right in the middle of England, cold and rainy and seasonal, and you tell the mango tree, grow, okay, grow, thrive, and bear fruits. And so the mango tree has only two options, either to grow and thrive and bear fruits, or wither and die. And I did not wither, I did not die, I thrived. I really found out who I was meant to be in the UK. So for me, Africa nurtured me, UK made me who I am today, you know, brought out the character, the fighting character in me, and I'm living my dreams in Germany. So and learning also about new things, new strengths, fighting different battles, you know, even in Germany. It's not just all hunky-dory, but I'm fighting different battles here. Confronted by completely new issues. The culture is so different. I keep telling people here that the culture is just very, very different. Actually, a lot of people thought, whenever they talk to me, they thought that that moving from Kenya to the UK would have been the biggest culture shock, the mother of all culture shocks for me, but that wasn't the case. I just felt like moving from the UK, from Kenya to the UK was like moving from a small village to a bigger city, yeah, because the language is the same, the traditions were the same, drinking tea in the afternoon and everything, you know, and I felt actually when I went to the UK that the whole of Kenya was in the UK, because in London, where I lived for 1 year, there were so many black people. I just thought I was walking in Nairobi. And then I came to Germany, and I was the the only brown sugar in the bowl, you know. I say, or I think of myself as the black spot or the brown spot in the snow. You know, when you go and everywhere is just snow, everything is just white, you know, white snow, and then there's that black spot or the brown spot on the snow. So yeah, so that's me, and I had to adjust to that, yeah. And again, here the same mango tree is thriving, is rooted, is bearing fruits, And yes, so for today, that is just a little bit about myself, about my journey. And I'll be so happy if you feel somehow connected to these stories. The struggles were there. I will go into in-depth next time. But if you feel already connected to what I'm talking about, to yeah, with the journey, the struggles, the survival, and also you know, this kind of struggles can be in so many ways. It could be life-changing events, or it could be just the struggles of putting words to paper. You know, that's another struggle as well. But we all go through different seasons, different changes. So if I could help you with that, or if my story resonates with your story, please leave a comment, you know, subscribe to my channel, like my channel. I'll really appreciate that. And share, you know, if you know anybody else who might want to get into a dialogue with me, please share this video. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so thank you very much for being here and for showing an interest in my life. And I'll be daring to share my story every so often. So I'm hoping to be releasing these videos every week, once a week. And in every video, I'll be just sharing whatever has inspired in my head. Yeah, I'll be sharing some more information. Also, it depends on the questions that you'll be asking. I'll be answering those questions. And but for me, it's just that I'm daring to share my story on YouTube with the whole world, and orally. And then there's another platform where I will be writing. So keep on writing. If you're an aspiring author, keep on writing, keep on fighting for what you believe in. And if you're just struggling in life and you don't know how to come out of it, keep on doing that, keep on believing, keep on trusting the strength in you. And let me know what you think and how I can help. Okay, thank you very much, and have a lovely Sunday, and have a blessed and wonderful week ahead. Thank you.